Good morning, Anderson families. Today is Thursday, April 22nd, and we are underway for phase 2 of the school reopening here in the school district of Philadelphia. I couldn't be more excited to welcome back a new group of students. Currently, we have pre-K through second grade in the building, and on Monday, we bring back our 3rd through 5th graders. And I'm just so excited to see more kids in the building so that we can continue to love on and learn with the best students in the school district of Philadelphia. At this time, I'm going to share my screen so I can go through some pertinent information. And here we are. Like I said, Monday, it's going down. We are welcoming back our 3 to 5 students who are starting hybrid learning, which means those families who've opted into hybrid learning, which means you are going to be coming to school either in cohort A, which is Monday, Tuesday, or cohort B, which is Thursday, Friday. That is what hybrid learning is called. And so we will be welcoming you back depending on the cohort you are assigned to. This is kind of the agenda that we're going to go through today in terms of preparing for 3 to 5 hybrid instruction. We're going to talk about the COVID-19 student pre-entry screener, COVID-19 testing and consent form, some safety procedures, arrival and dismissal, supplies, daily schedules, and questions. So every single day, families, we're going to ask you to do what you've already been doing, and that is collaborating with us, working alongside us, and partnering with us to make sure that your students are coming to school in the best form and capacity that they can and the healthiest that they can so that they can keep themselves safe, but also keep the rest of the school community safe. So there is a COVID-19 student pre-entry screener that families should engage in prior to sending their student to school. Basically, the screener is a questionnaire that you would ask yourself or ask your child before sending them out the door or sending them out of the car. There's not an actual physical form, but there is a series of questions to make sure that you are clearing your student, your child in the best way possible to make sure that you're signing off to some degree of saying that they are healthy to return to school. Here are the questions that are on the pre-entry screener. Let me go back to the screen before. This can be found on the school district's website. Let me make sure I'm clear about that. You can go to the school district of Philadelphia and they have this pre-screener questionnaire. However, you can always come back to this video, and which will be always on YouTube. And here are the questions that you would ask yourself and ask your child. Have they had a frequent cough? Have they had shortness of breath, sore throat, chills, headache, muscle pain, new loss of taste or smell, or fever above 104/10%? So you would basically answer these questions. In the past 24 hours, have you had one of the following symptoms unrelated to a pre-existing medical condition? So if they've had a frequent cough or loss of breath that's not related to a pre-existing medical condition, then you would have to answer yes or no. If you answer yes to any of these questions, your child should not come to school, and you should contact Miss Ruth here in the building. So like I said, if you answer yes to any of these questions, so for example, in the past 24 hours, have you experienced a fever of 104 temps or above? If you've answered yes to that, please, call the school and keep your child home to ensure that we are all safe. Question number 4, you see it says, have you been in close contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19 within the last 14 days? And the way that we're describing close contact is, have you been within 6 feet of a COVID positive person for a total of 15 minutes or more over a 24-hour period during the 48 hours before the positive person exhibited symptoms, or if they were asymptomatic, right? So I would just, that's one of those gray area questions. And sometimes it's really hard to keep track of or know. As always, if you have questions, just please contact us, and we are here to support you, work alongside you to make sure that we're answering the questions to the best fidelity. So once again, please answer these questions with your child before sending them to school so that they can stay safe and we can keep everybody here at the building safe. The COVID-19 testing consent form. So every student that has opted into hybrid, in order to complete that form, in order to complete hybrid learning and do hybrid learning, families would have had to do the consent form and complete the consent form, which means you're consenting to allow us to test your child for COVID-19 using the rapid test at least once, and or if they present any they present any symptoms, right? So I apologize. Let me say that again. If your child comes to school and they present some symptoms, so if they, if they're coming to school and they didn't have a fever when you sent them to school, but let's say after lunch, they say, I don't feel good and I have a fever, you're giving us permission to administer the rapid test, which is the COVID-19 test the school district of Philadelphia uses for students. And every student has to be tested at least once during that time. So, we encourage families to ask questions about, what they're consenting to. Some families thought it was the vaccine. No, we are not administering the vaccine to any student in the school district of Philadelphia, but you are giving us clearance to allow us to test your child. And when you say us, it means Miss Ruth, to test your child using the rapid test if they present symptoms of COVID-19 to ensure that they stay safe and we keep everybody else safe. And there's no cost for the test. We have them here in the building. Now, every family has the choice to do what's best for your family. So if you choose not to sign the COVID-19 consent form, that you understand that you are not allowing your child to return to the building. Some safety procedures. This video is on the school district's website, and you can watch these videos on the website around like a student-friendly, safe return. You can watch it with your child. I definitely encourage families to take advantage of the resources that are on the school district's website. In addition, I will post this PowerPoint along with the YouTube link on our Class Dojo page so that you can just easily click the link and watch the videos that the school district has put into place around safety and health and safety for our students and our school community. But just to summarize some of those things, students and staff must wear a mask while on school property. Students and staff will remain at least 6 feet apart at all times. Students and staff will clean hands often, hand sanitizer and or washing. So, we have the students wash their hands before eating. We have the students wash their hands after they come in from recess. Students will be assigned a seat in the classroom, auditorium, and lunchroom. I'll go over that and show you some visuals of that. Visitors are not permitted in the building unless there is, a meeting that's scheduled by the principal. And we will continue to have all meetings and workshops to take place digitally to ensure that we are practicing social distancing guidelines and, keeping ourselves safe. We've had 3 weeks so far in the building and no one has tested positive. So we will continue to make sure that we follow all safety procedures to ensure that we remain healthy and safe. Here's just some pictures right here of, which shows that we're ready. Like our building is ready for students, not just in terms of the physical building, but also our hearts and our spirits are ready to welcome the students back into the building who are coming back. And here's just some pictures of bulletin boards that you'll see in the hallways. Here's an example of the auditorium. As I mentioned before, they're labeled, right? So you can see the X is where students should sit to ensure that they're 6 feet apart, and there's arrows on the floor to ensure that we're following appropriate direction of traffic flow throughout the building to lessen the contact of people. Here's a cafeteria. You can see there's signs where it says, please sit here. There's a label for where the students have their assigned seats. Here's an example of a classroom. You can see that there's the partitions. Every student will have a little bin with their materials that they need in it to ensure that they're not sharing materials, but every child has their own materials that they need. Here's the hallways. Some floor decals that just basically tell us where to stand if we need to stop as we're walking to ensure appropriate distance between students. And this is some of my favorite parts. This is some pictures of students that came back You'll see a classroom. You can see it, school is happening. And while school is happening for the students who are in hybrid, school is still happening for those who are digital. Our teachers have not skipped a beat. And this is an opportunity for me to shout out all Anderson teachers who have continued to provide the best instruction that they possibly can. As we've adapted very quickly to digital learning, now we're adapting to hybrid learning. And you'll see this is a picture of a classroom, and the teacher has students that are on the screen and they're learning with the teacher, and students who are in person. And then this is a picture of recess, which, just seeing students being able to have fun with one another in a safe way and get their wigglies out in the schoolyard. Has been fun. 3 to 5, there's been a race competition with Miss Tolson and Mr. B. So just be ready to see if you can race us, see who can get some of these COVID-19 pounds off of us. So for admission, all students will enter the building using the schoolyard entrance. We will begin yard supervision at 8:15. So we will not be in the schoolyard prior to 8:15, but at 8:15, there will be staff out there to ensure that students are safe. And then we'll bring students in the building beginning at 8:30. Dismissal will take place from the schoolyard. So all students will come out through the schoolyard and they will be dismissed from the schoolyard. We ask all families to wait at the gate so that we can ensure that we have 6 feet social distancing while the students are still in the schoolyard. So if you're going to wait for your child, feel free, just wait at the gate and we will safely get them to you to ensure a smooth transition, whether it's admissions or dismissal. If a student is in need of an early dismissal, you will go to the front door and request an early dismissal. At that time, you will have, you will say why you are here, who you're going to pick up, show your ID, and the child will be escorted to you. Just as a reminder, no child will be released to anyone who's not in the emergency contact form. So if you need to update the emergency contact, please call the office, please stop by the school to have that updated because it's really safe that your children return to you every night. So please, if it's not an emergency contact, they will not be released at all. So if you need to send a dojo message, please communicate with us because of course, life happens and emergencies happen, but your child will not be released to anybody that's not on the emergency contact form. And thank you for your understanding with that. What's needed for school? We ask all children to bring their charged Chromebook. If they don't have to bring their charger, we have chargers here in the building, but please bring your Chromebook, your math and literacy workbooks, a water bottle, mask and face shields. If the student has like one of their favorite kind, that's fine. But we also will provide a disposable mask for every student every single day. So if they don't have a mask, that's fine, but please, send them with their favorite mask if that's what they're going to wear, because they are required to wear it. In addition, they can wear a face shield as well. And then of course, because this is so new for all of us, just a positive and friendly attitude. You're going to meet your teachers for the first time in person and some other staff members for the first time, which is super exciting, but this is also new. We understand some of the anxiety or, some of the wiggles in our stomach that's happening because this is new. So just come ready with a positive and friendly attitude. Our daily schedule. So as I mentioned earlier, there is cohort A, which is the AA student schedule. That means they're in person on Monday and Tuesday. So you're in the building Monday and Tuesday. You are virtual Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you are cohort A, AA student, you will be in school Monday and Tuesday. Then we'll learn with you at home Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you're a cohort B, so cohort BB students, that means you're virtual Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're in school Thursday, Friday. If, we're making phone calls and notifying families, but if you're unclear, we also sent letters home in the mail. If you're unclear about what day your child is supposed to come, please call the school and we'll make sure that you have clarity as to which day your child is assigned to. In terms of our daily schedules with instruction, we're moving, we're rocking, moving, shaking, and we have not skipped a beat. So we will continue to follow our normal daily schedule. As always, if you have questions, please give us a call at the school. You can email us or you can class dojo. You have multiple ways to get us. So feel free to give us a ring if you have any questions. As always, I am humbled to do this work with you. I'm Ms. Tolson, the principal. That is my email address. The school phone number is 215-400-7890. And if you need to get in touch with me and you need it, quicker than I would respond on Dojo, please feel free to send me a text at 267-551-0284. Need to get in touch with our assistant principal, Ms. Duval. That is her email address and school phone number. Mr. B, his email address and phone number. Mr. B, our climate manager. Mrs. Burris, our school-based teacher leader. That is her email address and school phone number. Miss Jessaponi, that is her email address and phone number. Miss Ruth, our nurse. Miss Ellis, our sizzle. Ms. Alfiero, our special education liaison. And at this point, I want to give a warm and heartfelt thank you to our families at home. Thank you for continuing to partner with us. Thank you for continuing to trust us. Thank you for continuing to send your children to Abby Anderson School, which is the best school in the school district of Philadelphia. This has not been an easy year, and I don't take that for granted. Our life has changed drastically since March 13th, and we've experienced lots of change, lots of loss, lots of things that are unknown. But one thing that has been constant, even in all of this change, is the love and commitment that the Abby Anderson community has shared together. And so for that, I thank you. And I just can't wait to see the students back in person for those families who made the choice to send their child back to school for hybrid instruction, and those who made the choice to keep their kids at home and digital. They will continue to get all of the love and attention that they deserve. So looking forward to a new level of balance, but just wanted to say thank you again for allowing us to do what we love, and that is to love on your children. So look forward to seeing you. If you have any questions, please take care and reach out. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.